The renewed attention surrounding Kim Kardashian's personal life has once again placed her children, particularly North West, at the center of public conversation. The current focus stems from Kim's highly visible outings with Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton, which have reignited scrutiny over how her relationships intersect with family dynamics. To understand the context of this moment, it is necessary to revisit the period following Kim's 2022 divorce from Kanye West. After the divorce, Kim's public narrative shifted toward independence and motherhood. She frequently described herself as prioritizing her 4 children and embracing a more grounded phase of life. On podcast appearances and television interviews, she spoke about focusing on stability and expressing caution about future relationships. Following her brief relationship with Pete Davidson and subsequent rumors linking her to Odell Beckham Jr., she appeared to present herself as centered primarily on parenting and professional growth. Public reaction extended beyond celebrity gossip. Online commentary discussed the broader political and social identities associated with both figures. However, within the family context, attention turned toward North West. At 12 years old, North has increasingly occupied a public-facing role, appearing in fashion events, creative projects, and social media content. She is often perceived as expressive and visibly reactive during family moments, which has led to widespread interpretation of her non-verbal cues. Against that backdrop, her appearance alongside Lewis Hamilton represented a visible departure from the quieter image she had recently cultivated. Hamilton, a 7-time Formula One world champion, is globally recognized not only for his dominance on the track, but also for his presence in fashion and activism. His history within celebrity circles includes past associations with figures such as Rihanna and Shakira, and years earlier, he had been loosely connected to Kendall Jenner. That prior connection placed him within the extended Kardashian orbit long before current speculation. Reports of Kim and Hamilton being seen together intensified after footage emerged of them arriving at a hotel in Paris, followed by a joint appearance in a private suite at Super Bowl LX. Video clips from the event circulated widely, including segments highlighting Kim's all-black ensemble and new Super Bowl bangs. The visibility of the pairing shifted speculation from rumor to headline. The complexity of North's position stems from her own prior encouragement of Kim's dating life. In interviews, including one on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Kim revealed that her children had actively encouraged her to find someone new. She described how they created lists of potential partners, mentioning that Saint preferred athletes and that North played an enthusiastic role in suggesting possibilities. On other platforms, Kim shared that her children expressed concern about her being lonely and encouraged her to move forward emotionally. That earlier encouragement created a contrast with the current reaction being observed. While the idea of a new relationship had been framed as supportive and lighthearted, the reality of a globally recognized athlete appearing publicly with their mother has introduced a different dimension. The shift from hypothetical matchmaking to visible romance has coincided with renewed paparazzi attention and media cycles. North's reaction has been interpreted through body language during public outings and commentary videos analyzing her demeanor. Some observers describe her as visibly uncomfortable or detached during high-profile appearances. While no formal statement from North exists, her expressions and posture have been repeatedly dissected in online commentary. These interpretations suggest a child adjusting to the return of intense public scrutiny after a period that appeared comparatively calmer. The broader family context also contributes to the narrative. Kanye West's ongoing public life, including his marriage to Bianca Censori, continues to attract media attention. Although he has not publicly addressed Kim's association with Hamilton, observers frequently speculate about how co-parenting dynamics intersect with new relationships. Kim herself has discussed the challenges of co-parenting in interviews, acknowledging the emotional complexities involved. At this stage, the confirmed elements include Kim's public outings with Hamilton in Paris and at the Super Bowl, her previous statements about her children encouraging her to date, and visible public analysis of North's reactions. The interpretation that North can't stand the relationship remains rooted in observational commentary rather than direct quotation. The situation illustrates how public relationships can reintroduce media intensity into family life, even when the initial idea of dating originated within the household itself. The transition from a single mom narrative to a highly visible pairing with a global sports figure represents a shift in tone. Whether that shift reflects permanence or experimentation remains unclear. What is evident is that the re-entry into a public dating phase has altered the atmosphere around the family, particularly for a child navigating adolescence under constant observation. As the public appearances with Lewis Hamilton continued to circulate online, the discussion surrounding North West shifted from curiosity to analysis. The narrative moved beyond the existence of a possible romance and toward the emotional implications for a child growing up within an intensely visible household. What began as a glamorous pairing between two globally recognized figures gradually became framed as a test of family adjustment. One of the central tensions lies in the contrast between North's earlier encouragement and her current perceived discomfort. Kim had previously stated on national television that her children were eager for her to find companionship. During her appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, she described how they created lists of potential suitors and openly discussed the type of person they thought would suit her. North, according to Kim, participated in these conversations and even urged her mother to release lingering pain from the divorce. However, the theoretical notion of a new partner differs significantly from the lived reality of sharing one's mother with a high-profile figure under constant media attention. The emergence of Lewis Hamilton into Kim's orbit did not occur quietly. Their appearance in Paris, followed by the Super Bowl suite outing, placed the relationship under global scrutiny almost immediately. Cameras, commentary, and social media analysis intensified within days. For a 12-year-old attempting to establish individuality, this renewed attention creates a layered challenge. North has already cultivated a visible persona through fashion choices, creative projects, and viral moments. Her public identity, while partially guided by her mother, reflects an emerging sense of autonomy. The return of heavy paparazzi focus on Kim's romantic life recenters the family narrative around adult relationships rather than the children's development. Observers have interpreted North's body language during recent outings as a sign of discomfort. Commentary videos describe her as appearing detached or visibly uninterested during public events connected to her mother's dating life. While these interpretations are subjective and not based on direct statements from North herself, they have contributed to a broader perception that the transition has been emotionally complex. The dynamic is further complicated by the broader co-parenting context. Kim has publicly acknowledged the challenges of raising children amid public scrutiny and has spoken about shielding them from external drama. At the same time, Kanye West's own highly publicized life continues to generate headlines. Although he has not directly addressed Kim's association with Hamilton, speculation often frames his silence as part of the evolving dynamic. For North, this means navigating two high-profile parental narratives simultaneously. On one side is her mother's re-entry into visible dating. On the other is her father's ongoing public persona and media attention. Adolescence alone introduces identity questions and emotional fluctuation. Layered onto that is a global audience observing reactions in real time. The Paris trip served as an early indicator of this renewed exposure. Footage and analysis of Kim arriving at a five-star hotel, combined with social media tracking of Hamilton's presence in the city, amplified speculation. The Super Bowl appearance then elevated the pairing to a larger stage. Kim's stylistic choices, including the widely discussed Super Bowl bangs, became symbolic markers of a fresh chapter. From a branding perspective, the shift was noticeable. Kim's previous messaging centered on stability and motherhood. The new visual narrative, defined by fashion-forward public outings and high-profile companionship, suggests a return to a more visible dating era. For children who had adjusted to a relatively calmer phase, that pivot can feel abrupt. Importantly, there is no confirmed statement from North criticizing or rejecting the relationship. The crashing out narrative originates from commentary videos and interpretation of her expressions rather than documented dialogue. Nonetheless, the perception persists because her reactions are closely scrutinized and amplified. The tension, therefore, is less about Lewis Hamilton as an individual and more about the broader reintroduction of spectacle. a high-profile relationship inevitably reopens the door to paparazzi attention, red carpet analysis, and headline cycles. For a child who may have valued the relative privacy of a single-parent period, the adjustment requires recalibration. At this stage, the confirmed facts remain consistent. Kim's public outings with Hamilton, her previous acknowledgement that her children encouraged her to date, and visible online interpretation of North's demeanor. The emotional conclusions drawn from those visuals remain speculative. The unfolding situation illustrates how quickly a personal transition can become a collective narrative. What began as a mother exploring a new connection evolved into a public examination of adolescent reaction. The core of the issue lies not in confirmation of romance, but in the visible shift from private recalibration to renewed public intensity. As the speculation surrounding Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton continues, the longer-term implications extend beyond celebrity headlines and into the evolving dynamics of a highly visible family. What began as public curiosity about a possible romance has gradually shifted toward a broader conversation about privacy, adolescence, and identity within a household that rarely escapes the spotlight. At the center of this discussion is North West, who at 12 years old is navigating a transitional stage of life under constant observation. Adolescence brings its own internal recalibrations, but in this case, those changes are unfolding in parallel with renewed media attention surrounding her mother's personal life. The visible return to paparazzi-heavy dating moments marks a departure from the comparatively controlled narrative Kim had maintained in recent years. Kim's previous positioning as a focused single mother created a perception of stability. Public interviews emphasized parenting, discipline, and shielding her children from unnecessary chaos. When she described her kids creating lists of potential suitors and encouraging her to date, the tone was playful and internal. The reality of introducing a globally recognized athlete into that framework, however, transformed the concept into something far more visible. Lewis Hamilton's stature ensures that any appearance together carries global reach. Formula One operates on an international scale, and Hamilton's profile spans sport, fashion, and activism. His presence alongside Kim inevitably reactivates worldwide coverage. Even if the relationship itself remains undefined publicly, the visual impact is substantial. For North, the adjustment appears to be less about endorsement or rejection, and more about environment. The difference between encouraging a parent to find companionship and experiencing the renewed intensity of media coverage is significant. The idea of a new man can feel abstract in conversation, but the lived experience of cameras, online commentary, and headline cycles is tangible. It is also important to distinguish between interpretation and confirmation. The narrative that North can't stand the relationship stems from commentary videos and analysis of her body language. There is no direct statement from her expressing opposition. What exists are moments captured in public settings, interpreted through digital commentary. In a family as scrutinized as the Kardashians, even neutral expressions are often assigned meaning. The broader co-parenting landscape adds another layer. Kim has acknowledged in interviews that raising children in a public family requires careful balance. Kanye West's own public life continues to generate attention, and while he has not publicly addressed the Hamilton association, the dynamic inevitably influences perception. Children in this position are not simply adjusting to one narrative, they are navigating multiple overlapping public stories. The long-term outcome may depend less on the relationship itself and more on how it is managed publicly. If Kim chooses to maintain visibility with Hamilton, the intensity of coverage may gradually normalize. If she pivots back toward privacy, speculation may dissipate without formal resolution. In either scenario, the children's adjustment will remain a private process, even as observers attempt to decode it. There is also the broader cultural reality of children growing up in celebrity households. North has already demonstrated creative independence through fashion experimentation and artistic expression. Her public presence suggests a developing identity separate from her parents. That development can coexist with emotional complexity regarding family transitions. At this stage, the confirmed facts are limited to public appearances in Paris and at the Super Bowl, Kim's prior acknowledgement that her children encouraged her to date, and widespread interpretation of North's demeanor during recent outings. The deeper emotional narrative remains speculative. The situation underscores a recurring theme in the Kardashian household. Transitions are rarely quiet. The movement from single-parent framing to high-profile companionship does not occur in isolation. It unfolds in front of cameras, analysts, and audiences eager to assign meaning. Ultimately, the core issue appears to be adjustment rather than outright rebellion. The shift from a stable, low-drama phase to renewed public romance reintroduces intensity into daily life. Whether North's visible reactions represent discomfort, simple adolescence, or momentary irritation cannot be confirmed externally. What remains clear is that the intersection of motherhood, celebrity, and adolescence creates a uniquely complex environment. The transition from theoretical matchmaking to real-world public partnership illustrates how family dynamics can evolve rapidly under global attention. Until Kim or Hamilton formally define their relationship status, the narrative will remain shaped by visibility, interpretation, and silence.